Let's get to Tom in Pennsylvania. Tom, you're live. Line 1.
Hi, John. I wanted to make a point about the election going to the House. I think there's confusion over this in the Article 12th Amendment. Even if all of the electors of Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Georgia are not certified, as the last caller said, right? They still only accumulate to 62 votes, electoral votes, and if that's removed from the total, the threshold instead of 270 becomes 239, and Biden still wins unless some of those votes are cast for Trump. So decertifying only takes him away from Biden. Trump still needs some of those votes to be cast to him in order for Trump to win. And I think we just keep focusing on the 270. And I think
Tom, I've not heard that. I'm not doubting you, but I've not heard that. I'm going to have to ask about that. I've not heard that. What I've heard is that if he doesn't hit 270, it goes to the House. That's what I've heard. So can I check that out?
I'm reading. It needs a majority. It says that the president of the Senate, who's the vice president, opens all of the certificates. How many certificates is he going to have? He's not going to have 538. He's going to have something less than that, right? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And then it says the greatest number of votes is the president, if the number be a majority. Okay, and the only way we go to the House if there's no majority. Well, if you only have two people running, the only way you're going to have you're not going to have a majority is if they're tied.
Tom, let me check into that. I'm not in any. First of all, good information. Thank you. I'm not in any way doubting what you're saying. All I'm saying is I've been doing this for a month. For everybody telling me he needs 270, so everybody is probably wrong. But can I just check into it? But had you not called and said that, we wouldn't even known that, because I've heard no one say that. But it sounds like you're actually reading the document. So can I check into that,
Listen
Tom?
to
I'm not doubting you. I'm just asking, can I check into it? I can't comment on it because I don't know. Does that make sense? Tom? All right, thank you. Let's get to line 2. Patrick in Fort Lauderdale, line 2. Patrick, you're live.
Hey, good morning, John. How you doing? I'm sure you're sick of me calling. I've called 3 days in a row, but referencing your previous caller about these legislators being scared in Georgia. Mm-hmm. About a year ago, Ralph Northam tried to put some draconian gun laws in Virginia, and thousands of armed citizens marched on the Capitol when they were holding session, and it didn't happen.
Oh yeah, I was there. I was there. I was there live on air for 9 hours. Yes, I am familiar with that.
Fear. That was real fear that they felt. That's why they didn't do anything. I know a lot of oath takers in this country that are going to consider these legislators domestic enemies if they don't do their job. They have a lot more to fear than some Antifa punks. Trust me.
Well, I agree with that, but look, I mean, there's two things that happen here. The first thing is I listen to what's going on, right? And so what you heard is John from Idaho accidentally got a phone call with Representative Colton Moore, 27 years old. Only answered it because a friend of his was in Idaho and he thought it was him. Otherwise, he never would answer the call. After a 15-minute conversation, he says, a lot of these older guys are not going to vote for a special session because they're afraid Atlanta will burn. I mean, that is intel that we got that you just wouldn't have gotten had John not accidentally had that phone call with him. So this is real, and we have to deal with reality as it is, not the way we want it to be, Patrick. And the way it is right now, if they come up short of 91 and they can't give an answer, the answer might be that. It might be fear. Now, is it irrational?
They're not going to do it. Don't count on these people to do it. They're not.
Well, then they're cowards. I mean, then they're just cowards. Then they're just cowards. Then they're just turning the country over because, and then they're going to blame the Trump voters. See, this is what they want to do, right? These two senators lose, and they blame Trump voters for not showing up. What I'm doing is I'm blaming them for not having the courage to have the special session so the Trump voters show up and these senators win. I'm taking the exact opposite view. I'm taking the right view. They're taking the coward's way out. Unbelievable. Patrick, thank you. Appreciate it. Good insight. Diane in Niagara Falls, line 2, you're live.
Hi.
Hi.
John?
Diane, you're live. Thank you.
Okay, good. Yeah, listen, I don't like being bullied by Antifa, and I'm sure the president doesn't want to be bullied. I think that if the president got wind of this, of what John from Iowa told us today, I do think that he could work with the governor and they could have National Guard ready or whatever, reinforcements or security is needed to prevent Antifa or to control Antifa. We cannot be bullied like this. And, we're going to lose the Senate. There's not going to be a special session, and there won't be a fair election in January in Georgia because of Antifa. That's just not right. So, listen, Mr. Fredericks, please, when you go on War Room Pandemic, tell this to Steve Bannon, and Bannon can tell Miller, and then things can happen, because this is totally wrong. Our country is going to be blackmailed by Antifa, and that's wrong.
Well, that's
Hello?
what's happening now, right?
I know, but we have to stop it. Because what I'm hearing is, well, then that's the end of the special session. There won't be one because Kemp won't call it, and these people are too afraid to call it because of Antifa. So Antifa wins. And then we lose the Senate, and we lose the presidency. So, I really think that this is a role, just my humble opinion, for you, Mr. Fredericks, to somehow get this word that you found out this morning, to get it to the president and get it to Kemp, and maybe they can work together. Then the state legislators will feel secure enough because the president will have their back with the National Guard or whoever, and and take action. You're the person who always says action, right?
Well,
so you have this new information, and I'm begging you to get this. Just yesterday, Jenna Ellis. Will you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead. All right,
Okay.
thank you. I will do that, Diane. I'll be on Steve shows at 10 today, and I'll definitely relate that.
And,
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Diane.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, John Fredericks Radio Network. Let's get to Mark Wingate in Fulton County. Before I do that, though, I just texted Steve Bannon, who disputed what Tom said in Pennsylvania. That's why, Tom, I didn't want to comment on it because I didn't know, because now we have different information. And again, Tom, I'm not doubting anything you said, okay? So that's not the purpose of this. I have no idea. I've not heard that. But Bannon just said to me, no, that depending how the states present it, Biden still has to get to 270. And he said that nervous Democrats are arguing that it's a majority of submitted, but he said a law is 270. So there's differences of opinion there, Tom, and I guess we got to get to the bottom of it. But I want to thank you for that, so we can at least be in a position, Tom, in Pennsylvania, to look into it.